Today, we're exploring an idea from LexiEnglish, which proposes that consistent short bursts of language practice are far more effective than sporadic, intense study sessions. Rachel, it seems counterintuitive to some, doesn't it? We often assume more hours, better results applies to everything, including learning a new language.
It's a common misconception, Jake, but LexiEnglish argues it's akin to physical fitness. You wouldn't go to the gym for 10 hours once a year and expect results. You'd just be sore. Instead, you get fit by going for 20 or 30 minutes several times a week. Language learning works exactly the same way. Burying yourself in grammar books for an entire afternoon isn't as powerful as dedicating just 15 minutes every single day. That's the power of consistency.
That makes sense in the physical realm, but what's the underlying mechanism here for language? Why is daily practice, even in small doses, so crucial? What's happening in our brains that makes consistency such a game changer?
The article outlines 3 key reasons. First, there's what it calls muscle memory. Your brain functions much like a muscle. When you consistently hear and produce sentences in English, they become locked in, making recall and production more automatic. Second, daily practice helps you move beyond constant translation. Initially, we translate everything from our native language, but with regular exposure, you eventually skip that step entirely, and words just flow naturally, helping you start thinking in English. Finally, it highlights the snowball effect. One day of practice feels small, but after 30 days, those small, consistent efforts accumulate into a massive leap in confidence and ability.
Those are compelling reasons, but the biggest hurdle for many isn't understanding why consistency works, it's knowing what to do. If I only have 15 minutes, what specific activities can I engage in that are genuinely productive and not just busy work?
LexiEnglish offers 5 fresh ideas you can start with today. The first is the narrator technique. This involves describing your actions out loud as you go about your day. For instance, I am pouring a glass of water, or I am looking for my keys. It sounds simple, but it trains your brain to connect English to real-life actions. The second is active listening. Instead of just letting an English clip or song play in the background, actively listen and try to write down 3 specific words you recognize.
I can see the narrator technique feeling a bit awkward at first, but the active listening sounds like a great way to engage. What about improving pronunciation, which is often a major concern for learners?
For that, there's the echo method. You listen to a native speaker and then immediately try to repeat the sentence exactly as they said it, matching their speed and emotion. The article states this is the best way to refine your accent. Then, for written practice, there's 5-sentence journaling. Before bed, write down 5 things that happened today using simple past tense, like, I met a friend, we ate lunch, the food was great. And finally, micro-reading. Find a social media post or a tiny news snippet in English, read it twice, once for meaning, and once to look for a new vocabulary word.
These are all very concrete and manageable, but even with a solid plan, it's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate, dramatic progress. What should learners realistically expect in terms of milestones?
LexiEnglish sets clear expectations. After 24 hours, you'll feel proud you started. After 1 week, you'll begin to notice you're catching more words in movies or songs. And crucially, after 1 month, you'll stop feeling so nervous when you need to speak. It won't be perfect, but you will definitely be better.
Pride, increased comprehension, and reduced anxiety, those are significant psychological boosts. But maintaining that consistency over the long term can still be tough. What are some strategies to prevent quitting once you started building momentum?
The article suggests 3 tips to make sure you don't quit. The first is the anchor habit. You link your English practice to something you already do every day, like eating breakfast or getting on the bus. This makes it part of an existing routine. Second, visual progress. Put a cross on your calendar for every day you practice. The goal is simple. don't break the chain. And the third, which is perhaps the most important for sustained motivation, is follow your joy. If you hate grammar, don't force yourself to study grammar. Read about sports, watch cooking videos, or listen to tech news in English. If it's fun, you'll keep doing it.
That's a powerful point about follow your joy. Many learners feel compelled to study what they perceive as difficult or necessary, even if it drains their motivation. But prioritizing what you enjoy while still engaging with the language seems like a smart way to ensure longevity in learning. Rachel, the insights from LexiEnglish really challenge the traditional, often intimidating approach to language acquisition.
It truly does. The concluding analogy from the article captures it perfectly. A tree doesn't grow 10 feet overnight. It grows an inch every day until it touches the sky. You have the talent. You just need the time. Keep practicing, stay curious, and believe in your progress.
That metaphor of the tree growing inch by inch really brings it home. If this conversation resonated with you, share it with someone who could benefit from a fresh perspective on language learning.